over the past 6 weeks, people are dying. Because we never hear say that death thing go on, you know. We never hear say this Chikv thing go lead to death, you know. Because if we were prepared for the dead part of it, we would have made preparation for those who have diabetes, for those who have kidney problem, for those who have asthma, for those who have high blood pressure. We did not, just like how we are here now about take precaution about Ebola on the radio. You know, every time we hear about Ebola, the Ebola don't reach here yet, and it is good that now they are proactive and not reacting to a situation. And we always depend on the government to give us information about things that we are not aware of. So we can't come say to the people them now, they don't know, should know say we don't have diabetes. We can't say that, you know, because the people them are not doctor. The people them look to the doctor for information. If the government who is responsible for the people them did not give out those information to the people them, this almost come like genocide. And we are going to use the word there. We are use the word there non-apologetically. It's almost like a genocide against the people of Jamaica. Because the government wait until the thing take over the whole of the country. Then them start to tell you must clean up your place. Then your doctor say, well, just drink some coconut water and lay down in your yard and everything there. You tell me, say, no member in the Ministry of Health in the early times of this thing coming couldn't send out a memo to the radio station them. Some ad on the TV, the radio and TV say, if you have complications of diabetes, because now we are here about that, you know, but again, it's a reaction to the situation now because people are dying because them go catch Chikv and them did have diabetes and it create complications. Now, remember what school, remember which school, you know, you remember which school the people them come from, where most of 2 teachers dead from Chikv and them did have some other complication, and some student dead from Chikv, and them did have complication. Well, I tell the minister, you know, and nobody tell me, say, where me get that from, you know. Me say to the ministry and to the government that nearly 200 people dead in a Jamaica because them catch Chikv and them did have other complication, and they never tell and make the people them aware, say, it's not just a matter of taking a Panadol and go drink coconut water and lay down. It's more than that. It's just that they want to start to tell the people them now, say, boy, you see this thing here? I don't even know what people know. Say, the pain in them leg and the pain, the muscle pain that them have can last up to 1 to 2 years. Watch it. And my producer looks surprised because she never hear that as information. My producer never hear that as information. How much people out there know, say, the pain where you feel right. My brethren are only to look at you and say, boy, when him get up a man the time, him forget about the Chikv, you know, when him get up a man the time, he can't move him on. All right. How much people in Jamaica didn't know, say, that this thing going to lead to a long-term effect. 1, 2 years down the line where you can't hardly lift up your hand, you can't like have arthritis now. How much people didn't know that in Jamaica? You tell me say the Ministry of Health never know nobody in the ministry to give the people them this information that now families in Jamaica lose them loved ones because all them did feel say is that something them that get over because them take a Panadol and I sweat out the thing. And now we see woman lose them husband, children dying, and is the Chikv complication that cause it in relationship to some disease where them didn't have, where the government, I have to say the government, you know, because the people them rely upon the government for this information, not no individual doctor, it's the government. Just like how the government now say them have $5 million to go clean up the place because them realize say them is part of the thing now we need to do something, but them react to it. and Jamaican people are dead. And we now hear them attack no loud. No, you see them attack about the Ebola now because them frightened now. Them get scared now, you know. One little Nigerian there in our hospital the other day, and him never have no Ebola, but two them look on him and say I'm Nigerian. All people in a wheelchair who can't walk, get up and run out of the hospital. People who have what them call it, the thing where them push there, the drip. People draw out the drip and run out of the hospital because them see the Nigerian that come down the hospital. I tell you, it's not a laughing matter, but we have to laugh. It's better we laugh than cry, because if we cry, we'll get vexed and go do something we're not supposed to do. We have Miguel Land. Good afternoon, sir.
Greetings, my brother. Blessings, one love.
All right, I don't know if you hear what we are talking about, yes, sir. You see?
I was listening to most of it.
Oh, you was listening. All right, let me ask you a question now. Given that we, the citizens of Jamaica, is dependent on the government to inform us about something that is not in the interest of Jamaicans and in the interest of Jamaicans. For instance, if a flood go lick Jamaica, if a hurricane go come, the government always say, well, this is the precaution that you must take. Take heed, do this, that. Couldn't we say that the Chikv is part of that process, that the people rely on the government for information so as not to make the thing get out of hand that lead to death?
Well, firstly, a government has a duty of care to ensure that in its governance, that it takes all reasonable steps, all reasonable and viable steps to ensure the safety and protection of its citizens. That's an overriding duty that a government has. To the point you're highlighting now, that the Ministry of Health, clearly, in my humble view and many views that we have heard, both on the road and on the media, is that clearly the government not only responded to the situation late, but they responded in a very laxed manner. And eventually, I don't know if it was a government advisory that went out to say that you take Panadol, you take coconut water and so on, and that is the end of the matter. But certainly the response from the government was one that did not help, in my view, to educate the people to a level to say, well then, if you have other complications like asthma, high blood pressure, diabetes, and other ailments, then if you contract the Chikv, then you ought to take extraordinary steps in order to ensure that
you have control on these diseases.
Does not complicate things more and could possibly cause death. No advisory went out in regard to that. Nothing was said, in my view. Nothing was done to ensure we should have had a campaign in the schools, in the colleges, in the churches, across the landscape, in the media, television, radio, internet, and so on, to ensure that persons now with other ailments would do something preventable. Not something reactionary as what happened in some instances, and which it would appear from what I've read caused death. So I certainly think that the government can be held responsible if it can be shown that persons relied upon their advice, acted in a certain manner and say, well, look, drink coconut water, take Panadol, and stay home and rest, and that will be sufficient. If persons can show that they acted upon that advice and it resulted in the death of their loved one, then certainly they could think of a class action suit.
But I ask you a question. I don't know if you remember that 5 persons out of one school, I think of 5.
Very technical.
Dead. 5 persons in another school are dead. And them say it's the complication of chikungunya. And them say that 2 of them did have high blood pressure.
Ailment.
Have an ailment. Up to that point, we never hear say that could have happened.
No, I found it very surprising. In fact, I contracted the Chikv and I treated it very, 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 very light.
Yes.
Because my entire household had it and so on. So I figured that the same way them have it and it just passed.
So you have it too, yeah.
Yes, I just took, in fact, I was glad when I had it and said, well then, you know, at least I get over it.
Yeah, and I wonder how come I know have it yet and I don't get over it.
You know, so when I saw that, and so, but when because it did not occur to me that anyone could die from it.
I never did think so neither. I never did know that people got dead, Rasta. I mean, I tell you, say, this is something that is serious. And, you know, I don't want to use words loosely, but it almost comes to me like it's a genocide. It's like genocide upon the people, them. That
right.
I mean, I don't...
Well, it wouldn't be genocide because we haven't had a mass set of murders. But certainly...
But it if a man did not give you the information to save your life, you couldn't hold him for second-degree murder. I mean, how you do it? How you work it at the court?
No, because inaction can be just as much as responsible for a death as action.
Yeah, so what would you charge that person for? The inaction of the person. What would you charge him for?
But in this case, it's not so much the inaction, you know. Remember, they gave you advice.
Yeah.
It's just that they never gave us the full advice.
Yes.
And they never, and their attitude was initially, it did not exist. It was the false alarm. It was the people bigging up something which really is not so. So even persons with regard to Chikv that I knew who contracted Chikv was reacting because they said the government says not Chikv, it is a flu-like symptom.
Yes.
And it was when they went to doctor and other places and they said, no, that type of pain that they're feeling is not flu.
Yeah.
We have had flu several times and we have never felt these type of joint pains and these excruciating pains followed by your headaches and weakness of the body and so on. So, you know, that was it. So the government's behavior could have led to even more persons being affected and could have led to more persons being affected badly.
And dying.
Yes.
Because we know now that there's a lot.
That it was a light. It was a light little
virus.
That, yes.
All right.
So their inaction, in my view, and their advice, and their lack of further advice now to say that those with complications need to either see a doctor or need to take extra precaution because this thing now can destroy your resistance, because apparently that is what it helps do.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Destroy your resistance to a level and therefore result in the finality of death, etc., etc.
All right, let me ask you a question. I have been speaking to quite a few people who say it's either somebody in them family dead or them know somebody were dead. And we ask you what killed them. All of the people them say chikungunya. I said, no man, something else did happen to the youth, so to somebody. Why them dead? So what did happen to them before? And them tell you, say, it's either them did have diabetes or whatsoever. So me I say no. These families who lose loved ones because of the lack of information, in your capacity as a lawyer, is there any way that these families could take action against the lack of information that was not presented to them, that caused them to not take any action towards this thing?
Yeah, of course. Once you can show in law that you relied upon the advice of the minister of let us say in this case the minister or the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
That you relied upon their advice that the cure for chikungunya is Panadol, coconut water, and the rest. And let us say a man that has passed, and his wife can show that, well then, you know, that we all as a family, we relied upon that information which was given to us. We took all reasonable steps based upon that information. Yet it was only when we realized that he had some sort of complication in the blood and that the Chikv seemed to have exacerbated it, and causes death. Once you show that you rely on other people's advice, for example, I as a professional lawyer, and if I advise a man within a legal capacity, and the man rely upon my advice, and things go wrong for him, he can sue me, because he didn't just rely upon any and anybody's advice, he relied upon a professional person's advice. So it is in that capacity. You're not relying upon a man you buck up down the road who tell us to boil up Cersei and ginger and dandelion and drink and that will cure it. You're relying upon governmental advice in regard to how to react and to treat Chikv. Now, we would also have to show that it was actually that advice that came out. We'd have to get to the source of it. That whether it was the minister himself or the ministry, we would have to look at all the advisories that they sent out and that they gave on radio, television, newspaper, and so on. And once we can point it directly to them, persons would have a cause of action, in my view.
Well, I want the people them who has been speaking to me on the road, because we're on the road and people stop me, you know, with the downtown there Sunday, and that thing, people always ask me, so we can do, because them know people who dead, some of them family dead, uptown, same way, you know, people stop me in the elevator. Can't imagine me going in the elevator in the bank as a conversation about how come they never know, say, Chikv could have killed people, and for them grandmother or for them step uncle or something, just dead so. And the doctor tell him, say, boy, I think did have diabetes, and him never take care of it, you know, them way they so. Me don't know
right, because in other words, that person would not have died, you know.
No.
Because they were managing their disease.
Yes.
Yes, what I mean. So it's not a situation where, I'm thinking now of the type of defense that the government would come about, because they would have to say the person would have died anyway from that particular illness. And once it is shown and said, look, the man had this illness for over 10 years.
And he
has been managing it, he has been surviving and so on.
Just like a lady that look after my mother, she tell me of that situation that her husband did a manage when have for years. He was up and about. She never did know, say, because him have Chikv, the same thing when I managed for 10, 20 years, would have kill him instantly?
Yes, you know, that is a situation, because that would be their defense to say that the person would have died anyway. And we could counter that to show that they were managing their situation. They took the government's advice, not realizing that this thing would eat away even at that disease, eat away any medication for that disease, and could result in death. Certainly, the country relies upon the government.
Yes.
The government has a duty of care, a responsible duty to its citizens to ensure that it does everything reasonable and practical to prevent death of our citizens.
Give thanks, brethren, and give thanks to the advice again. We have to say give thanks. You know them way there. And we still have to call you again about what going with the Mario Dean thing for the next time. Still.
Yes.
All right, sir. Give thanks.
We keep in touch.
Yeah, click it. Yes, this is the stepping razor, the art of war. You know, so we have a very interesting line of interview for do. Sidea Rose. She's a Jamaican-born nurse who was among medical personnel who treated the first Ebola case in the USA. She is a Jamaican-born lady, and we want to interview her about her experience being a nurse and treating this Ebola case. Obviously, she never have no fear, and obviously, she's still alive, and the man is dead. So we want to get a feel and an understanding. And this interview is also for the Ministry of Health. Because sometimes them say we love fight things and not show no solution. Well, nobody can say Muta, all him do they are blame this and blame that. What is him situation? What is him solution? Well, this interview is part of the solution. we are going to talk to somebody who experienced this and see what we can learn from this sister, you know, being a Jamaican herself in America. So, in a moment, we will have her. Where is my producer? In a few. All right. So, we're not playing no more music yet. Yeah, you know, say, the youth are sing about Panadol because of that him did hear as a little youth. And Panadol him did hear about. Nobody can tell him that. Panadol him did hear about. You understand? And him hear about the mosquito too. Jumping out Kalalo. Okay. Okay, so, on the line here, we have Miss Rose, who wants to say greetings. Miss Rose, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mutabaruka. How are you?
I am totally okay if you are okay.
I can't complain, sir. Believe me, I would be lying if I do.
All right. All right. Your parents is Jamaican or you was born in Jamaica?
Both my parents are Jamaican. I was born and raised in Jamaica. Went to high school in Jamaica as well.
Serious? How long ago that? I don't want to give away age.
Well, as fabulous as I look for my age, I'm not ashamed of it. It was 20 years ago.
20 years ago you leave Jamaica?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you have been living in Texas all this time?
No, I actually relocated from New Jersey to Texas about 7 months ago.
Oh, just 7 months?
Yes.
All right. So, what kind of nurse are you now? Are you what kind of nurse? Because we hear about nurses, you know, and them have different positions, situations. What kind of nurse are you? I
am a registered nurse. I have a bachelor's degree in nursing, and I work in emergency. I've been an emergency room nurse since I graduated.
Okay. And you've been working at this hospital, the Presbyterian Hospital, for how long?
For the past 7 months.
Oh, 7 months?
Yes.
Not very long, eh?
Not at all.
And to come to this big explosion, you know, that you are now wanting to do interviews all over the world.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, well, we give thanks that you really accept our invitation to do this interview, because what we want, we just don't want to only hear as a Jamaican that you are a nurse who treated Ebola, but we want to know what is the things them that you did in that hospital so as not to you yourself get this virus, because we hear that a lot of people now is looking about these people is getting the virus. What we want to find out is, when did you know that you had to take care of this Mr. Duncan?
It was just the night that I went to work. I didn't have any knowledge of him or anything about him until I went to work that Sunday night that I was assigned to care for him.
So you didn't have no training about how to take care of Ebola patients or nothing?
Not at all. We've never experienced anything like that. Ebola is something that I have been reading about on my own. So it's not something that we're exposed to on a day-to-day basis.
So when you hear that you have to take care of Ebola patients, what's the first thing come to your mind?
At first, like everyone else, I was like, this is a joke. It has to be a joke. I know that it's not true. Yeah. And then as the report went on, I realized that it's a possibility. Then as the night went on, then I realized that it is true. So
what did you do now? I mean, after hearing that you have to take your Ebola patient, what is the precaution that you were thrust into? What did they do to make you now prepare yourself to take care of this patient?
Well, first, of course, you know, as I had mentioned before, that I did prepare I cried first, and then I just got myself together, and, you know, our protective wear is something that we're trained on. That's not foreign to us. Mm-hmm. The spacesuit is new because we've never done anything like that. Yeah. But regular protective wear, that's something that you do use on a day-to-day basis. Mm. It depends on the kind of patients that you're caring for. Yeah. So that's never been anything new to me. So, you know, putting it on and taking it off, I guess I could say that I am a professional at that, because it's something that you have to do to protect yourself.
All right. So when you put on, all right, the patient, Mr. Duncan, is in his room or wherever he is. You are not the only nurse that was treating him, what was taking care of him? Were you the only nurse, no?
I was.
You was the only nurse?
Yes, I was quarantined with him.
You're serious?
For the whole night, yes. One of the gentlemen who was on the panel with me, he came and assisted me a couple times throughout the night, but I was his primary nurse.
All right, tell me, carry through the journey now that you're in this room with this Ebola patient. What are you supposed to do?
Well, anything that he needed, that was, my responsibility as his nurse. Anything that he needed, whether it was medication, assisting him in any way that was necessary, checking his vital signs, just about anything. That was my responsibility.
And then how you treat now, when you come out of that room, what you do when you come out of that room, given that you have on this thing that was exposed to the man inside there, what they don't put on anything on him? Is there something that they put on him? He's just there like ordinary?
Yes.
With his pajama and whatsoever?
Right. I would just take my dirty gloves off, clean my hands with some hand sanitizer, put on fresh gloves. Then I would take my gown off and my shoe covers, change those gloves again, clean my hands, leave the room, and then I would wash my hands with soap and water and remove my mask so that as the night went on, I was, doing that, and I would change how I would do it. So I made sure that I never left the room and contaminate the other areas where I had to be.
With the same clothes? You don't leave the room with the same clothes on? Well,
I had the same clothes on because I had my scrubs on the whole night, but just not the gloves or gown or anything that I wore in the room apart from my scrubs.
All right, so is the room it have compartments where you are here, you take off the clothes here, and how it work? What the room is like?
Just a basic single room, and then because I was in an entire area of the hospital that we were sequestered in, so I had the whole outside to myself, and he was just confined in his room.
Okay. So you could change in a little part and then put on your ordinary clothes and leave.
Right.
You don't have to come back to where he is. There's another exit that you leave out of.
No, not necessarily. It was just a regular area with just his room that I didn't have, that I would go in and out of with just one door, so we didn't have another room like that. But once you walk out his room, you're in that entire area of emergency, yes.
All right. So what was it like now, after you've done your work, going home to your family or seeing your friends? How were you treated by these friends and family? How did it work?
I left work that morning. My sister was waiting for me because she had to get to work. I made sure I did put on a new pair of shoe covers so that I wouldn't, bring anything into the vehicle. I wiped down the vehicle with some bleach wipes. I had already taken the precaution and quarantined myself. So I didn't pick up my niece from school. I didn't allow her to come back into my room or use my bathroom like she usually would, or play in my bed or do the things that she loves to do.
Okay.
I had kept her at bay. My sister, left work early so she could get her. So for those couple of days, I was quarantining myself and just kind of not sharing anything with her or with my family, because in the back of my mind, I knew what was happening, even though it wasn't out yet, but I kind of knew, so I was just taking precautions.
All right.
Yeah.
So when you heard that he died, what came over you when you heard that he died? Were you was there when him dead? I mean, how it worked?
No, I worked that Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and he died while I was on my way home from work.
Oh, yeah?
He passed away, yeah.
So when you hear that now, you started to cry again?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely. I was hurt because I was really hoping that we could have saved him.
So what did not happen? Why you think he died? I mean, because we have heard of other people getting over it. Why is it so unique to this person that he died and nobody else died?
Well, so many people are dying from the disease.
No, I mean in America at the same time. Because whenever he have his family having it, he was amongst his family. They quarantined his family in the house. They quarantined other people. They was looking for other people who they say might have come in contact with him. We don't have any other people who came in contact with him dying.
Right, and that's such a blessing. We're very happy that no one else who was around him, caught that terrible disease. I can attest to that. I know that my hospital and my colleagues did everything that they could and more to try to save his life, and unfortunately that wasn't the case.
All right, we're hearing of experimental Zima, the drug Zima that is used to help other people. Was there any sign of this drug being used on this man, Mr. Duncan?
I don't have access to his chart because once he left emergency, I didn't. I was no longer a part of his care. Okay. So I don't know what medication was given to him while he was there. Under my care, that's different. But again, I can't attest to that because I don't know.
Yeah, and what happened to all right, you was in quarantine for how long? After he died, how long?
I wasn't in quarantine until the 12th of October. They had me in, and then they pulled me back out and said I was no risk. And so I went about my business, and I was still using precaution amongst my family and friends, limiting my exposure to people, but I was still going to work. And I went into quarantine after I cared for the first nurse who came down with the illness.
Okay, so what happened to that nurse now? Where's that nurse?
She is at home, recovering and doing very well.
She has passed the so-called 21 days yet? She has passed that?
She came out before her 21 days because she was tested a couple of times and they found her to not have the virus anymore after treatment. Yes.
Yes, and it seems as if there's something in some people that the virus don't attack them like other people. I don't know. Maybe there's a genes thing that is happening. What do you think about that?
A couple of my colleagues and I, we've discussed that. And we're waiting for the science to prove that otherwise, because that seemed to be the case. Yeah,
that there's some genes in some people. All right. So the family of this Mr. Duncan, where are they now? Because it passed 21 days, passed over a month now. Where are these people that he was living with when he just landed from Liberia? Where are they?
They're still here in Dallas. The last I heard, they were just still struggling to find a place to live, and that's been a problem for them because of the whole stigma.
Everybody afraid?
Yeah, unfortunately, yes.
Well, I tell you that it don't reach here yet, and people scared. A Nigerian went to a hospital here for some other ailment, and people in chair who couldn't walk, get up out of the chair and run out of the hospital. So you don't say this.
I saw the cartoon.
Oh, yes. You saw that? Yes. Is that scary? So, tell me, what would you advise given that you were hands-on with this disease and as a Jamaican sister, what would you advise our government to do in order to prepare themselves and also in really taking care of an Ebola patient? What would you advise them on?
Well, again, just educate the medical team and the medical staff, educate healthcare workers, and give them adequate supplies that they will need. It's not going to be an easy thing. These patients, they do generate a lot of resources, and, they're highly infectious, so you just have to educate healthcare workers and give them the resources that they need. Education is really important.
Okay. Maybe you should come. Yes. Maybe you should come here in Jamaica and give them some training. No, serious. Maybe you should come here and give them some training. Given that your training was hands-on, I listening to you.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, you never go to no university and get no preps and what. It was hands-on. So that hands-on sometimes is much better than sitting down in a class preparing for it, because then hands-on and you're still alive, so it was doing something right.
Yes. Thank you.
So I don't know if maybe it's a possibility that you should come here Maybe the government will want to pay your airfare to come here.
I wouldn't let them do that.
Why not? Tell me. Why?
I don't want to take advantage of my countrymen.
Okay. I can't see you reading the news there, but you're reading the news there. But no, I mean, if the possibility arises that someone need your hands-on education about this thing, would you be willing to? How long have you not been? Have you been to Jamaica? How long have you been to Jamaica?
I haven't been home now in 2 years.
Then that's a long, man.
Yes, it is very long.
So you don't want a holiday, man, a working holiday? You know what, a working holiday?
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody decides, say, all right, we need the sisters, a Jamaican sister, to give us some hands-on argument, reasoning about the treatment of this Ebola case before it reach here. You know, it's like preparation. I know you wouldn't say no, really. I mean, why would you want to say no?
I guess you're answering for me.
Of course, I'm answering for you because me the possibility can arrive. All right, we want to give thanks for your time and your energy for really
thank you so much,
respond to this interview, and I hope I meet you again. Yeah, I say again because I feel like I'm meeting you now. And I know that when you're going through Canadian airport now, they ask you, when last you been to Texas? That's weird.
It's funny that I got my letter from Department of Homeland Security yesterday telling me that I was cleared because I was put on a travel ban since the 18th of October, and they just took me off on the 3rd.
Just travel ban? I mean, if you go anywhere?
To go anywhere. They had my name at all
the airports.
All airports.
You serious?
Yes, sir.
Like a terrorist?
It would seem like it.
Yeah, like a terrorist.
I guess you could look at Ebola as.
This sister who came back as one of the help in Liberia. She was put under almost like an house arrest, and she refused to stay in her house and tell the government or tell the new, I think it's New Jersey. And she said she's not staying in her room, so she take bicycle rides to show them, said, no, I'm to her, she's fit. You know anything else about her? Have you heard last year about her?
It was last weekend she, was apologizing and stating that she would comply with what was being asked of her because her neighbors were very upset and uncomfortable with the situation.
Imagine. But she passed 21 days now, though.
She should be.
Yes.
She should be.
Yes. Well, as I said, going through Canada, they asked you this question. When last you been to Texas? So I don't know if you people coming from Texas to Jamaica now, you will be asked that similar question. I doubt it though, but it's something to think about.
I would think so, but again, they said to me if I would want to travel, just make sure that I have that letter in hand.
To say that. Okay. All right, give thanks, Miss Rose. I really appreciate it. Give thanks to talk to you. You know what I mean?
Thank you, and you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, man, give thanks. Yes, that was Cedia Rose, a Jamaican-born nurse who was among medical personnel who treated the first Ebola case in the U.S. You know, his name is Thomas Eric Duncan, and he died. And this was a lady who was looking about him in his room. This was a lady who was looking about him in his room. A Jamaican. We're in at the thick of everything. No matter what it is, you have a Jamaican there. You understand? Me I tell you, no matter where they are. And me I bet, there's a brethren in a Liberia right now, a Jamaican brethren want to come Jamaica for Christmas holiday. And say he can't move. He can't move because there's no flight that him going to go on to go anywhere in the world. Yes, so if he just stay and just go eat up him room and think about the sunshine. Think about IRFM and all everywhere they are, just tune it to IRFM and get like the Christmas breeze and so. But now you go to Canada, them ask you, about Texas, How long you been to Texas? Have you been to Texas? Dallas, to be specific. And they've Canada, they ask you diplomatically too, Yeah. Anyway, we want to say Jamaica, we're in everything. And this is one of the cases of Jamaica in the boiling part in everything. That this sister, is a Jamaican who was taking care of this first Ebola case. No, them say she pass her now. She free now. She not in the quarantine. Ray. You hear that? Anyhow, she have a land at Jamaica airport. Immigration with a half duty immediately. They used to say, come. Them say, she? No, sir. Immediately, half duty. You don't say much immigration send up out there and say, no, sir. Me not going there. And she did not look about the man and the man dead. Oh, me no say. I don't send them say, I don't have to kill you half. You think Jamaica easy? Jamaica not easy. All right. Yeah, show me. Somebody send a text and say, very technical in school where the children died.
Teachers.
Yes, the teachers them died. Yeah, okay, that was the Chikv reason we didn't have before. But we're glad so we could have get to talk to the sister, yeah. You know, we're glad so we could have talked to the sister, yeah, for really hear from, yeah, Miss Rose, Cydia Rose. Yeah, we're glad to say we could have talked to her because, trust me, when we get there, when we wanted to speak to her, she was talking to our beloved producer, Samantha. She said, why she really like getting more interview? Because the amount of people we are calling her for the interview, she not getting more interview, but we have that magic. You know the way there? Yes. Samantha have that magic that when she got to do something, it is done. And you know, say, the lady said she's a Jamaican, so you know, say, she must hear about cutting edge and running a stepping race and all that to IRFM. What? Yeah, man. If any other radio show she want to do is right or so. So we give thanks. Give thanks.
Yeah, Muta.
Blessed.
Bless up.
I St. Thomas, this in our ear device.
Yeah, the taxi man, they say, if you call me St. Thomas, if you call me right name. He can't call me Muta, man, the taxi man.
Them call you Muta?
Yeah, Muta, they call me.
Yes,
come, Muta, come
all
right. Taxi.
All right, Muta, so you do?
Me all right.
Why, the Chikv look like it's still holding the dung out there.
Yeah, because you say when I come Sunday.
Yeah, that
yeah, the Chikv have me wicked Muta.
So you never get to celebrate your birthday good?
Yeah, me celebrate it, but look like I too, me celebrate it, make it hack up back for me, and me sprint it, I made that for 95. That hack up back for me, Muta.
Well, that them say no, them say any little thing where you did that before start to accompany you, so.
Yes, Muta.
And them things they never tell you, all of them something like.
No, they never tell you all of them things, them, Muta.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
you know,
they never tell you at all, Muta. Because in my district, I can't count how much people have it. About 3 persons have it.
Don't have it?
Don't have it in my district.
Eh?
Yeah.
You know, say them have a relapse thing going on right now. That if you know, do certain resting and all them something, you can have a relapse, you know.
Yeah, because about 3 days, I feel like me I got dead in a motor. My daughter said, Mommy, stop work, so. Because me have to do the house work and the yard work, motor.
But then if me come down, if about 2 weeks straight, me see you come down, so and appear dancing, your friend them depend.
Yeah, motor.
Me think say you could have worked out the Chikv, but it come like
no,
a dance.
it take me more when time to exercise also.
Yeah, you don't have to exercise. Them say you don't have no exercise when you have it. So how you feel now? How you feel now? How you feel now?
Yeah, me still feel it. Me still feel the pain, motor. Me still feel the pain, but we still come Sunday a van where I use this time. Both for a little bit.
Hey, let me tell you something, man.
Yeah.
Hey, John T, you know, so you could have to go put that thing there in the car park downstairs, you know. Me don't know how upstairs I go hold you, you know. Believe, hey, you see last week Sunday? You see last week Sunday?
Yeah.
The place carked, they couldn't cark no more.
No more. Everybody I hear about it, you know, because me I tell people about it, you know, motor.
Yeah. So me I tell John T, say, boy, John T, come like you have to go put it, you know, that a big car park over the other side of the road.
Yes, me know over there.
Look like over there, so I have to go put it little more. But because
yes, and I big up my Waterhouse friend them because me I invite them down Forever Young.
So you book up some Waterhouse friend down there?
No, me I big them up and tell them so we want to see them down the Bubbles Mama lady, everybody.
A pure woman you talk about. A pure woman you mentioned down there, so you know.
No, Mama lady, Rasta Rasta man, we have the restaurant.
Mama, you're a Rasta man. What a terrible thing that now because says a pure woman you just mentioned. But me know that you have some man will come down there and he stand up the whole night and I want to dance. You know, I have him hand in my pocket. You know how way I feel for in my pocket. Because I know no money in my pocket. The man that come with some lamb pocket. They not drink nothing. And them all the whole night them have the man in their pocket. And the woman them just a dance. So it's like the woman them not care.
I like we not care, we just a dance.
Yeah,
right, most of the woman then dance.
Yeah, man, come for have fun. Anyway, we give thanks here, you come. We tell the people them in a center.
Remember me present, me come, me never come Sunday to the Guna, you know, but remember me.
No, you say anytime you come there, anything where you want.
Sunday we down the power neck.
No, anything where you want.
Yeah, invite everybody down a 48 West Street, Mota.
Yeah,
down there nice, down there turn up.
A whole heap of people, hey, Junior Reid, come down there that night, you know.
Yeah, me and Junior Reid, I bet Junior.
We no, Junior Reid, come down there Sunday, Junior Reid say,
I never come to see
you. We no, Junior, Muta, I saw you go on down here. Oh, you never know there's so much people downtown at night time.
Yeah, because I live at Balmoji Avenue, I mean, so they pa Wentworth Avenue, so I know him and him know me.
Me know say about come back though. Me know say about come back.
Yeah.
Him can't believe say so much people down there at the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock a morning there.
Yeah, man, Mota. Wait, me I tell everybody. So down there go turn up, because we tell them down there nice, and that's for the place.
Yeah. Me go come at St. Thomas though, you know.
Yeah, man, want everybody. When the party I go on, everybody comes there, yes, so you come Mota.
No, me there Belmont.
Yeah, you tell me.
Belmont Academy. So tell me something, no come there, me can't stay overnight.
Yeah, yes, Mota.
You have single bed or double bed? Which one?
A double bed, Mota.
Double bed?
A queen size.
You have queen. Whoa! You have queen size bed. All right.
Yes, Mota.
All right, mama.
Yeah, me I big up the whole Jamaica. Mota, we say.
But wait, are you one sleep on your queen? Wait, me talk about your bed, man.
I'm my friend sleep on your Janet.
Yeah,
big up Janet.
Then that no nicer then?
Keep me company.
On the queen side bed. On the queen side bed.
Yes, Mota.
That means you know the two queen them can't sit lay down over that side and me just over the king side. Me can't see over the king side part because you must have a king side over the other side. All right, ma'am. May I look forward to see you here, mama?
Yeah, Mota. Yeah, big up.
Give thanks, yes. Yeah, I'm afraid them. Believe you me, them jolly and nice. They make the place lively at Sunday time, you know? Them come there with enough people. At St. Thomas, them a drive from Sunday night time, you know, for come down this and drive. 4 o'clock a morning, they drive over to St. Thomas, you know. But them sweet, man. Them sweet. Okay, which part we they know? All right, click it. Yes. Step in.
Mota?
Yes.
Happy anniversary, 2 years anniversary.
Give thanks.
Yes, and continue, you know, I really enjoy it, and sometimes I want to tell you your program keep with sanity sometimes to go on. Yeah, man.
Right,
sometimes we keep with sanity, you know.
All right, mama.
I want to big you up on that interview with the nurse. I want to tell you, you know, but then, I know, so when the lady attack, when she just start talking, you know, so me start crying. Because I said, boy, me can imagine the fear where she get when time she hears she have to work with the EBOLA man. You know?
Yeah, she said she really did sorry for him too. She's sorry for him, you know?
Yeah, me hear her, man. I real nurse that man.
Yeah, man, a real and a Jamaican too.
Yes,
a Jamaican.
That make it even better, you know, so we, you know, was a Jamaican.
Right up front, with them right at the thick of the thing all the while. And even though sometimes it sound like things gone, even though it sound like some things last, but you know, so you have something there for hold you still. And that's one of the things them where you have to hold you, that you hear a nurse where they deal with the Ebola patient and the Ebola patient dead, but it's still.
She alright,
yeah,
you know?
she alright, yeah, man.
They want to me, I call up my friend and say, listen to Muta, you know, because here, my interview with the nurse lady there, you know. You know, I kind of touching to me, because he's a very sentimental person. Everything that touch me, make me cry.
Yeah, man.
I'm not really watching news, because too much things go on, make you cry. You know? And
you like Porsche? You're a Porsche girl, man. Eh?
No, I just want to say to the youth them in Jamaica, say, we stop the crime and violence and they take a disadvantage at the little picnic them like the little boy, they were the little man them and, you know, and all of them things there. Just allow the youth, them make them be themselves and and stop rape the little girl them and all them something, you know.
All right, Mama, give thanks, yeah.
To the man them and Jamaica. Make the people them grow up, man. Make them
of course, make them have fun and know
yes, man, make them grow up like a child. Make them grow up and stop turn them in a big somebody. Even the parents them too, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes of them, you know, because they have your little 6-year-old, you have to take them finger, you have put in earpiece in them here, and the little piece of impy skimpy something when they put on the little pick them. You know, you have to turn them in a big somebody before time. Pick me if you grow up as pick me.
Yeah, man, that's true, yeah, that's true, yeah, that, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Give thanks, yeah, Mama?
Yeah, man, all right.
Yes, give thanks, man. A true thing. You have some little pick me, you know. You see them all a certain place. You believe that some big woman, you know. And when you ask them, how much you will is? I say, me at 13. And I said, then we are doing them was a night, yeah. Them say, Muta. You know, say, we have to eat food too. You think that easy? You think that easy? Muta. What you can do for me? How true you don't do what me I go through a daytime? Muta, what you can do for me? 13. 13? What you mean it's 13? No, you know, them don't look like 13, but it's when me ask them now, so tell me something, how much your whole is? 13? I said, then, oh, you're talking so low. Because them know why you know still, you know. But after a while, you look on them good and you realize them are really 13 for true. But through them have on the whole heap of make down and the little hat where them call it falls here. A hat me call it, you know. Yeah, because me don't really want to get vexed with none of them woman there, you know. So me say, boy, I like your hat, you know. You know, see, your hat look pretty. Because every day, you have some of them change them hat every day, you know. You have some blue hat, purple hat, green hat. And when them put it over them face, them look like Nicki Minaj. They look like Nicki Minaj, you understand? Because Nicki Minaj change your hat every day too, you know. Yeah, man. So, when we look at it, we say, boy, I like your hat. And them say, Muta, you can't go on. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Some of them look nice still, you know. No, some of them look, no, me not talk the 13-year-old them, you know. Me talk about the woman them have on the hat. Yeah. Some of them look nice still, but you wonder where you work with now, because this week you see them in a blue hat, and the next week you come and see them in a green hat. You wonder if I the same lady. Because sometimes you don't know who, you know, some say, you don't remember me. Some say, I don't remember you. I say, they know me talk to you last week. I mean, I say, oh yeah, you didn't have blue hat last week. Yes, step in. What that? Roy?
Yes, Pastor, what go on?
Yeah, man, oh, you turn up your radio so loud with the whole heap of thing, man. Yes.
No, man, you know what, you can't tell about tougher than a food punch and car. So a business place, me them out and arcade.
All right, sir. Where you say now?
Boy, I'm proud of you. 2 years. I'm more than 2 years, motor.
No, 2 years me on this program, yeah. This program.
What about the TV program?
No, we don't know what. You gotta see them that, you know.
They can't pay you.
No, man, can't pay me. They know me the Power FM. You think me I get paid? No, see them are idiot. Idiot people them up there, man. Manager people them are idiot. Them don't know a good thing when them have it, man. One, them are idiot. And not them, the brother who control them.
They don't want to be number one, man. That's why TV is there.
And the best thing ever come and pass TV, and them say that to you, but them are idiot. And that be a show, you know. Some really idiot.
You know, right now, you're not nominated for so many things award, right? Oh. And that best program.
No, you know. Me prefer the reward than the award, you know. We prefer have the reward than the award. You understand? Award, you can put up on your cabinet and you look at it and say, Lord, you know, when I was that age, I'll get that award for that. But you see, when you have the cash now, you just buy the whole house. You understand? When you get the reward now, you just take it and buy a house and you just feel good. You understand?
For real, motor, but you must have a big piece of land on West Poland, forget, you know. You're
serious? You're serious?
Oh, you doesn't tell me that
now. But you doesn't tell me that now.
But we have to award with some.
No, but me done a Westmoreland Friday, no.
Serious?
Yeah, man, they have Belmont, I call me the whole day, Rasta. Serve. Me take the bus and come and serve. And then when me go.
Then I give a land float down for the sea, for the hill.
Let's see, no, a girl, me, no, Bridget.
No, man, no, girl thing, motor, me tell us something.
Yeah, girl, man.
Motor, you see, me not girl, man, you see, a person like you.
Yeah.
Influence a lot of Jamaicans.
Yeah.
Influence a lot of Jamaicans in this country. Yeah. And even today, with their work, I will say, you know, say, I know more and get in to call Muta and I call Muta today, like, come like, say what? We know in this world, let's see me. And I like when I heard, you know, but the Virgin I said, what, you know, call Muta, man?
Yeah, but when you take long to tell about the land, what me know why you all them long conversation, them want to know if you have title for the land where you say you give me peace out.
I need, man, I sitting there and give peace, you know.
Oh, me are sitting there? What you call sitting there?
No, man.
Oh, you say me are sitting there, you give peace?
See my Virgin, them, man. You want to call him?
Alright, no, man, me alright. Anyway, we have to go move, though.
No, Muta, you hear me, I say,
yeah.
Before you cut.
Yeah.
You know, say, I know, no bother bet. You say, I know, Portmore, Spanish Town, Mandeville, Savlamar, 12th Street, Russia, Desta, all of them jeans still mucky and dirty, not clean out yet, Muta. And it's like, say, you have to deal with the bigger heads of people, them. Muta, you know, so we can't talk to them, the people, you know.
The 2 million don't reach your side yet. The $2 million they don't reach your side.
I say, oh, we are fighting them the disease so much, and when you look, round of them place there, when them places stuck up same way, you see me?
Yeah.
We don't see no movement to go on.
Just start the movement and see if any movement will start. Start the movement, yeah? Yes.
What our fans are saying?
Yeah.
Stay strong. I know you're a good thing.
We have to go through, Bridget. We have to move, you know. Yeah, Bridget?
Yeah,
all right, sir. I mean, I look from piece of land, you know. You could have deal me, I look from piece of land. You can come and promise me land, I may not get it. Watch and see. Me I get it. What is it? Advertisement, that's all?